Hey everybody, what's up? We're back in the Necron lair. And today we have my buddy Francisco from his channel Jamming Out All Badass. And today we're
Yeah.
gonna yeah. And today I sounded more like a cheesy Pantera thing. Sorry. This sounds
Yo, edit that out.
nah, I
No,
like them.
I know,
It's
I know.
like let it flow, whatever the fuck
I
happens.
hear you. I hear you.
And what we're gonna talk about today is we're gonna do a retro review or whatever the hell you would call it, but a killer movie from the '80s called Bloodsport.
Oh
Get
shit,
that
you
in
have
there.
the DVD.
I have the DVD. Actually, a friend gave it to me a long time ago, so that's funny.
Funny.
So this is when I saw the movie beginning, I always had the good sign. It was a canon movie. Remember those when you would see
Yeah,
that?
yeah,
You know,
yeah,
like you
yeah,
knew, like okay, this is gonna probably be good, or
yeah.
bad, but you knew it was gonna be killer one way or another. So basically the movie starts out with Van Damme. Well, I think he's remembering right the past when they break into Tanaka's house and they're trying to get the sword or something, or they fumble upon the sword, right? Him and his friend.
Yeah. I think it starts off with like introducing like the people that are the fighters that are going to be at
Yeah,
the Kumite. It kind of shows all like them training or whatever it is they're doing.
doing their
Uh,
'80s montage, kind of
yeah,
kung
exactly.
fu.
Like, okay, I'm
Yeah,
going to see this guy later on in the movie. You know what
yeah,
I mean?
yeah. Because don't remember this movie perfectly point for point, but I remember some funny stuff. Well, what cracked me up, and I noticed when they flashback to Van Damme and his friends, he he doesn't want to break into the house. The other kids
Yeah,
are pressuring him. It's almost like a cheesy after school special type of way of showing
exactly.
it. It's like, don't come
Yeah,
on, Billy, don't be a wimp or whatever his name is.
yeah.
So yeah, they break in. They hear some noise, but there's a like a sword that I think it grabs on Van Damme's attention, and
Yeah,
he's stuck holding the bag basically because they all run out.
yeah.
And what is it, Van Damme to me, dude? He looks like a '80s Adam Sandler. I expect them to make some fart jokes or something. He just looks like one of those characters when Adam Sandler plays an '80s version of himself from the past.
Yeah, and I don't know if it sounds like the voice because I noticed there's several like overdubs like
Uh-huh.
the audio, and I think his like when he's flashing back to that scene or whatever, it just something doesn't seem right. I don't know if that kid. I think the kid that played young Van Damme is like French or something. I can't remember, but it just seems weird. Seems like there's overdubs
Oh,
like
like
throughout
yeah,
the movie. Like the audio sucked. Like when they were recording it or whatever, so they went back.
and
Like
just put an
whenever that
American guy in there or something.
like whenever that guy goes to I guess the general, it says, "Hey, he ran away" or whatever.
Yeah.
The general, you could tell it's like totally overdubbed or whatever. It's so terrible, but it's great.
So what happens? So the guy house they broke into is Tanaka, right? The kung fu or karate instructor.
Yeah.
And well, his kid runs in there and starts beating the crap out of Van Damme. It's
Yeah.
like it's overkill. He's like, bah, 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 bah.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, he lets him rough him up a little. Then he tells him that's enough.
Well,
And
what's funny about that scene is like because I noticed like there's a shitload of like stereotypes like all over the whole movie,
oh,
and
I
it's
got
funny.
one I want to talk about later.
As soon as he like beats him up, he'd go, okay, that's enough. Go to your studies now. Like like the Asian kid, the Asian parent is telling the kid, all right,
Yeah.
maybe, there's total stereotype or whatever
And he's
throughout.
like, yes, I am gone. Yeah.
Yeah. Total stereotypes throughout the whole movie. It's hilarious.
So what's the deal now? Van Damme, he goes to his parents and basically tells them he can work off or earn, train with them in lieu of pressing charges or something like that. And he's,
Yeah. That I didn't get that either, but
I'm like, okay, I guess it's slave labor. I don't know. Anyway,
yeah. Yeah.
Van Damme doesn't get thrown in jail or go to juvie. He has to basically work for Tanaka. No, it's
No,
train with him.
he was just his his like sparring partner or whatever.
But he's letting his kid beat the crap out of him.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
So Van Damme finally gets pissed and says, "Hey, man, I'm not going to be the punching bag anymore. You know,
Yeah, exactly.
Start training me." And he trains him. So jump ahead a little in the movie. What happens later is the kid passes away, right?
Yeah.
And Van Damme is the only one left that knows Tanaka style of is it kung fu or karate? I don't even remember. But anyway, he's the only one that knows it. And that's when that tournament is coming up, right? And he wants to fill in, or he wants to be the one to represent the Tanaka style because the kid passed away. And of course, what is it? They don't want to let him in because they're like, "Hey, you know Tanaka, look at you." You know, he's like,
"Oh yeah."
And they're like, well, they make him do that thing where he has the bricks. Yeah, he has to do the break all them bricks. Very dramatic 80s slow-mo brick break.
Yeah, one of those guys. It looks like a girl with a beard to me. Like the one guy with the beard that he has to like prove to them or whatever. It's like every time I look at that guy, it's like I don't know. It just looks like a girl with like a beard. It's so like.
Dude, we totally forgot. What's that guy's name? Dun 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 dun. Donald Gibb. Yeah, Ray Jackson. And when he meets him at the in the hotel, that I'm just gonna refer to him as the nerds guy because he's from Revenge of the Nerds.
Yeah.
Nerds.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, he was that guy, and so him and Van Damme become buddies, kind of. He beats him at I forget what damn video game they're playing, but
oh yeah, dude, that was like one of my favorites. That was Karate Champ.
Was that the game? Yeah, okay.
I think so. Karate Champ. I used to play that shit. I was like, whoa, shit, because I watched the movie recently, and I was like, oh man, I used to love that game.
Rock back those arcade memories.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I used to spend a lot of money in the Bally's when I was a kid, up at the Ingram Mall by my old house. Yeah. Playing Defender and all that. I'm getting sidetracked.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, those dudes become buddies, right? So anyway, he breaks the bricks. They gotta let him in the tournament, right? So what happens next? Isn't like the first fight. Oh, you know what I forgot, dude? Remember the guy that comes out to kind of be like their assistant helper? Doesn't he look like he would be a member of Abigail or Metal Lucifer?
Yeah. I think they brought him in for comic relief, but I don't know. Most of his jokes are like, even for like that era, are like super bad. Corny. Yeah. They're really
you guys are driving me crazy and all that.
Yeah. What if what did he say? What does it matter if what does he say whenever he says like what he's like trying to argue that who cares who trained him or whatever like that.
Yeah.
I forgot the line was. He's like, who cares if like the fucking whoever trains him. It was just really bad jokes they wrote.
Oh, the acting is like horrendous throughout.
There's not one good actor in the entire movie. even Forrest Whitaker, he's like ended up being a pretty good actor, and even he's like terrible in this.
Oh yeah, we'll get to them guys. The guys,
the cops.
Yeah, so made them. They're worse than stereotypical bumbling cops. Dude.
Wow, that old guy especially. Yeah, it's bad. Like it's like the young cop, old cop kind of thing.
Yeah. It was. I guess they were trying to do a play on the guys from Beverly Hills Cop.
Yeah, maybe, maybe so.
They were trying to like, hey, there's some comic relief when they didn't realize the whole movie's comic relief.
It is. It's amazing.
So, so what's his name? Chong Li or Chong
Li? Yeah, that's Bolo.
What was his name again in the movie?
Chong Li.
Oh, Chong Li. Oh, no, yeah. Do you know his real name? I don't remember.
Yeah, Bolo Yin.
Okay,
or something like that.
There you go.
He was he's a pretty famous. I think he did a lot of stuff with like Bruce Lee and stuff.
Yeah, I think he was in Enter the Dragon, right? It looks familiar.
Yeah, he did a lot. I think he did quite a few things with Bruce Lee.
But he's ripped in this movie.
Oh yeah, dude.
He got some. I have to give him his due, man. His muscle flex, they're pretty amazing. So he's like the champ of the previous tournament. And he basically doesn't beat his opponents. He either puts them in a hospital or he kills them. So
Yeah, exactly. He's a total badass.
yeah, so they see him come out, and he comes out, and he pretty much just sends the first guy off in a body bag. His first opponent, Chong Li, and of
Yeah.
course, Revenge of the Nerds guy and Van Damme are like, damn, that's crazy. So what happens next? When they go back to the hotel, is that when he meets the supposed reporter,
Yeah, because
the
the
female?
supposed like Arab guy or whatever is like trying to like hit on her or
Dude,
something like that.
that's the next horrible stereotype.
I know.
The way they were making the Arab guy hit on her, and this is
He's like, you're going upstairs with me. I'm like,
Yeah.
whoa, what the fuck? It's
that would
so
never
bad.
fly in a movie nowadays.
Well, that guy is funny because that guy's like, I think he's like Chinese, Filipino, or whatever. The guy that played him.
Yeah, that was like the two other guys were actually Arab with him, but he the guy playing the stereotypical Arab guy was like, yeah, an Asian guy.
And that's the first guy Van Damme fights too.
Yeah, that's right.
And
So basically, remember Van Damme comes over and says, I'll do a bet to keep the girl, basically.
yeah.
And even the girl's like, hey, come on, this is ridiculous. You can't do a bet on me. And he's like, shut up. Watch this.
Yeah, I got this.
He tells the guy to take the quarter from his hand.
Yeah.
Right. Or was it?
He said, take the quarter out of that guy. He said, I can take that quarter out of your hand before you close it or whatever.
Yeah. And the guy's like laughing, like, and he opens his hand and it's a different quarter in it. And he's like, oh.
It goes back to he learned that because of course all the training, is going to be used. It's going to be used later on in the movie somewhere, and he's like taking the fish out of the water or whatever.
Yeah. So he gets to go out on a date with the reporter.
Yeah.
And she's trying to find a way into the tournament, which of course I think he turns her down. Is this when the two cops assigned to find him from being? Was he AWOL? Is that what it was?
That's what I don't understand. They don't explain that. All of a sudden they're like, "Hey, you got," because at the beginning they're like, "We need to talk to you," or the so and so needs to talk to you about something before you leave, and they never like. I guess either I missed it or they never like.
It's never really addressed, right? Like
no. Exactly. It's like he just leaves, and I'm like, okay, so why is he leaving, and why do they want him back? That's never like addressed.
That's never addressed. Okay, yeah. Or maybe we just missed it. Like, okay, so these two cops show up, and they're like bumbling cops, and they're trying to tell him, and he manages to outrun them, and they fall in the water, and
they have a chase scene or whatever.
Yeah, they have a chase scene, and with the cool 80s, type of chase scene music going on and everything.
Yeah.
So he gets away, and I think earlier, right? Didn't they go and talk to like one of the Hong Kong authorities? Like, we're trying to track this guy down and all that. Yeah. So,
and they have it's full of corny jokes too. Throughout the whole movie.
Oh yeah, corny jokes that land flat, but
yeah, totally.
They land flat, man. So I don't remember everything, dude, but I remember he fights that guy, the Arab guy. Yeah. What's his name? Nerds guy beats the crap out of his first opponent.
Yeah.
What was that guy's name again? Ray
Jackson.
Ray Jackson. That's it. And he's Donald Gibbs. That's right.
Yeah.
So, shit's building up. I think all I remember is the fights now. So,
yeah, it's pretty much it's all the fights towards the end. They do like a fight montage to kind of speed things up.
Yeah, like hey, here's
everybody's
dropping
fighting
like flies, and
yeah.
So
the stereotypes are like fucking just with every fighter. There's the fucking black guys like the monkey or whatever.
Oh,
remember?
God, yes.
He's like jumping around like a monkey. And that one guy, Paco, there's a fighter named, I guess he's supposed to be like a cholo, a lowrider or something like that. So it was just fun. And then of course the Jackson's like the goofy, stupid American guy that's like clueless or whatever, you know.
Yeah, he's loud, obnoxious, and wants to drink beer. Or,
yeah, exactly. Hit on chicks because the first time he sees them, he like hits on the girl in the bus. He's like, "Hey, you been with the real man before?"
That's
or whatever.
Right.
It's just total. It's the stereotypes are just fucking rampant in this movie. I fucking love it.
Yeah, it's the 80s, dude. They didn't care. It was
No.
Yeah, we got our story, man. We're gonna make it. So
yeah.
So you knew what's gonna happen next. Nerds guy has to fight the champ.
Yeah.
Of the last tournament.
Yeah.
Well, and he does pretty damn good. He has them down for an account, but of course, he's an American, so instead of going in for a kill, he's gloating through the whole thing.
yeah.
He's like Hulk Hogan over there,
Yeah.
Which gives the other guy some time to come in and take him out.
Yeah. He fucking what does he do? He he puts him in the hospital and he like takes his bandana or whatever. Remember?
His Harley bandana.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, here we go. We're setting up the final fight now.
And when Murray has the bandana and he's taunting Van Damme with it.
Yeah.
Kind of like, I got it, Van
yeah,
Damme's like,
yeah. He runs onto the fucking they call it the runway or whatever.
Yeah.
And,
and they're like, no,
yeah.
back. It almost really is like a wrestling scene. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
So man.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Ray.
No, the fight scenes. The fight scenes are unbelievable. I think.
I think the actual fight scenes that really don't feature Van Damme are pretty damn good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, for Van Damme, they had all his fights had him doing his like. His stretches, his fucking splits, and
showing off his physique and all that.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, the guy was ripped. You got to give him his due, but
he was badass.
But the fight scenes are great. Actually, you're right. When they were showing the tournament going and all that, there's some badass fights.
Yeah, really good choreographed fights. I think in that movie.
So as we were saying, he puts the guy in the hospital. So this is even more motivation for Van Damme to win the fight. To take him out. So doesn't Van Damme end up? Who ends up fighting the black dude that does the monkey style or whatever?
Oh, he gets taken out by the big Asian guy that's like Andre.
That's right. Yeah,
he bear hugs him or whatever.
Yeah. That's right.
It's funny because at the beginning, one of my favorite scenes are like in there is whenever they show, like I said at the beginning, they're all like training or whatever, and that big guy's like training with two small guys, and he grabs that heavy bag and he throws it at him. He's like, ha, or whatever. He's like, you fucking wimps or whatever.
I forgot to bring up earlier, dude, is when they introduced Chong Li, they do the classic 80s keyboard,
Yeah.
And so every time he comes out, expect that sound to happen, with the synthesizer,
Yeah, that means he's coming back. Yeah.
Yeah, that's like almost in every 80s movie when the bad guy's introduced, so you'll know right away that's the bad guy theme.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, actually one of the best lines in the whole movie is whenever that their guide or whatever is like taking them, and they get to the spot where they gotta like, he goes, okay, these are the guys from the USA. And that one big guy's like, okay, USA.
I forgot about that. That is so true.
That's such a classic line, man. That's all that dude says, and it's like one of the most famous.
USA.
Okay, USA. It's so fucking hilarious, man. I fucking love it, man. There's a lot of shit in this movie that makes me laugh.
Yeah, we're scratching the surface, man. It's all throughout the movie. Just one-liners, stereotypes, and 80s stereotypes for sure. Montage scene with the music, almost Frank Stallone-esque fucking music, and it's good stuff, man.
Yeah, no, I mean, I mean, it sounds like we're trashing the movie, but I fucking love it.
No, no, we're not trashing it at all because I wouldn't be making a video about something I didn't like.
Yeah, exactly.
I love this type of shit. It's a good movie.
Yeah. Oh no, I it's one of those that I will watch. But all right, so where are we at?
We're at
the final fight.
Yeah. So as you know, Van Damme and Chong Li are going to end up, and they do fight in front of time. But remember, Chong Li has a trick up his sleeve. The salt pill. He puts which okay. At first, I was like, "What is it? Like speed or something? They're gonna help him, get through the end of the fight." No, it ends up being it's a salt pill.
It's like the Great Kabuki in the old wrestling when he
So he uses it the blind Van Damme, and he can't see what he's doing. But luckily, as you said earlier, Van Damme has the training, the Tanaka training, where he trained him with blindfolds. So he goes back to his almost like a Jedi. Goes back to his training, with the vine.
Yeah, exactly.
And you get some great Van Damme poses in this fight.
Oh yeah,
it's just and Van Damme's flexing. I forgot, how does he finally take? Oh, okay, now I remember how he fucking finally takes him out. Remember how Van Damme gets him?
Doesn't he do the splits and
he does the splits and punches them in the nuts?
Punches them in the nuts.
Yeah, dude.
He's got to do the splits because he was practicing the fucking splits, right?
Yeah, and you saw that through the movie with the doing the splits and.
Oh, remember when they're stretching him out? He's stretching them with the ropes or whatever. He's like, or whatever.
Yeah.
And then he gets up and busts the rope.
Yeah, he actually busts the ropes, and Tanaka's like, whoa.
Well, it's funny because when he's training them, the thing that put him, he's like, okay, he's ready, was whenever he's has him blindfolded at the table or whatever, and he punches him, he stops him or whatever. He's like, yeah. You can see the pride flowing through the guy and his wife and shit.
Yeah, his wife was kind of like, hey, stop being a dick to him, and with the facial expressions.
Yep.
So that's basically what the movie. Oh no, and the movie's not quite over because the cops who are tracking them down, or whoever they are, the federal agent, I really don't even know. He tells them, all right, I'll hop on a plane and we'll go back to America, I guess, the next day or whatever.
Yeah.
So remember, the movie cuts to them standing at the airport in front of on the tarmac waiting for him to show up, and they're standing around whoa, I guess he did it to us again, and they're like,
yeah.
And Van Damme pops out from the plane, sticks his head out, goes, hey, are we gonna leave or what? And they're like, oh
yeah. Oh, he got us again.
Dang it. Oh,
well, it's funny because they're mad at him and chasing him, and they see him fight, and they're all of a sudden they're they're pulling for him and all that shit.
Yeah.
Oh, and that lady, the reporter, her totally whenever she gets disgusted or scared, she's like,
this is so ridiculous.
It's so great, man.
And they're
so
great. Everybody's rooting for him, man. After he let him fall in water in the river and everything else.
I mean, everybody. They all. It was kind of like Rocky, where he turns the crowd, Rocky 4, where he they hate him, and then he wins the crowd over by being fair, because remember Chong Li kills that guy.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, they're like, oh, you can't be doing that. Killing people is you shouldn't kill anybody in the Kumite or whatever. Oh, and the thing is called Kumite. We didn't even
that's kind of key there, the tournament.
And the fucking catchy ass song, Kumite. Dude, I'm telling you, man. I'm glad I recently watched this, because it's got a lot. I mean, I'm forgetting a lot, I'm sure, but
we're scratching the surface.
Yeah. Another thing that I found funny was whenever he's thinking about when they broke into the house to steal that sword or to look at the sword or whatever. They have Van Damme like in a New York Giants like jersey and like a San Francisco Giants cap. I'm just thinking the wardrobe people like just put whatever on them, any kind of sports stuff, because you can't have a San Francisco team cap and a New York like jersey. But I don't know if they're
complete
like,
opposite of the country. Yeah.
It's like just put. People won't fucking notice.
Yeah, no, he's just an American kid who likes sports, man.
Yeah. But that shit made me laugh too. I was like, what? That didn't make any sense.
When I was watching the guy who's supposed to be their manager or whatever that helps them,
Yeah, the guide.
The guide. I was like, man, that dude would be an awesome tour manager. Because I just see him freaking out every night. Dude, it'd be so awesome. You guys are driving me crazy. I was just, Where have you been? That's totally a tour manager. That'd be hilarious.
Yeah, that's right. That would be that's a good point.
But you have to wear aviators. That would be the final icing on the cake for me. Have them in aviators and freaking out every night at the end of the show, trying to figure out shit, or before the show, like, where you guys been? And everybody's showing up drunk or whatever.
Yeah, they put them. They put them in like Adidas like jumpsuits or whatever. It's just I don't know. The whole movie is just like there's just so much shit that's funny, but unintentionally funny.
Yeah, well, that's what makes it great. It's unintentional funny.
Yeah, there's like there's one part where when they go sign, like whenever they first show up and they're trying to sign up or whatever, and that their guide asks them something, and Jackson's like, he has his answer was like and then he asked Van Damme, and I guess as a joke he answers the same way, like that's all they say. And then even later on, it's funny because somebody else does that. I'm trying to remember what scene it was, but I think it was, I don't remember, but somebody else, they use that same line again, like as a running joke, I guess, in the entire movie. It's like, yeah, this will be funny if we just like bring it back and just say the person just replies with that. It's just
like,
it's
like they probably thought it was like a genius, and like, yeah, bro, do this again, towards the end of the movie, and everybody will laugh their ass off.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I did.
Yeah, well, you laugh for probably the wrong reasons, but
not for the reasons they intended, but it's just so silly, man. But it's like horrible. It's like horrible acting, but so bad that it's good,
Yeah, you're definitely going to be entertained if you put this on.
Hell
one way or another.
Okay, USA. Yeah, there's some there's a lot of like useless like characters that come on, but it's like, does this person really need to be in the movie or whatever? But
here they are.
Yeah, let's fill time.
Yeah,
I mean, because there wasn't a lot. There really isn't a lot in the movie. It's not like it's.
No, it's like guy honors sensei to go fight for him in tournament in Hong Kong.
It's like Karate Kid again.
Pretty much with adults.
Yeah.
Teenage Adam Sandler at one point. I think we pretty much covered all the bases on this one. And, forgot to say, as you told me earlier, at the time of this recording, it's free on YouTube if you want to watch it.
Oh yeah.
Bloodsport. You can just
Bloodsport.
watch it on YouTube and you're good to go. So, and I'm not going to put any images or audio because I don't want the film getting tagged or whatever.
Yeah.
So
you can watch it. I
on YouTube right now.
highly recommend this movie, man. If you're just looking, if you have never seen it, I mean, it's classic 80s movie, like I said, with horrendous acting, but the action scenes are fucking awesome.
Yeah. You will have a good time watching it on the YouTubes or however else you watch it.
Put up your dukes.
Yeah, put up your dukes. And on that note, okay, USA, we are out.
Hell yeah.